Hey, hold on. There we go. Everybody here? Did we get here yet? I just shared out. All right, tap in, follow the rules, comment down below your zodiac signs to put your energy into this reading. Hold on, let me share it one more time, y'all, before I get started. Okay, so it's the next 48. I'm bringing these back again. I can get that. There we go. Next 48-hour readings are back. Okay. So the way these are going to work, it's every 48 hours from whenever you tap in. You can rewatch old readings because certain things may not happen or you may not catch certain things. These are more intuition, getting you prepared to use your intuition or to enhance your intuition. Okay, so these next 48-hour readings are a little bit different than the Crow Call readings. When we get into it, I could be describing certain people that you're going to be dealing with. I could be describing you. I could be describing how situations are handled based off of, your mindset, the person's mindset, things of that nature. But it kind of gives you an overall view of what's happening in your day-to-day life and how you can utilize your intuition. So this is kind of like just for shits and giggles. All right. So next 48-hour readings, don't feel like it's like it's gonna happen set in stone that way. It's just based off of the energy that I'm tapping in right now, based off of your mindset, based on how you feel, based off of whoever's energy is in your energy and how they operate. That's how it's gonna happen, right? But again, this is more for tapping into your intuition, really listening to that gut feeling, really listening to that inner voice, that inner you, that's going to be able to say like, hey, this doesn't feel right, or, oh, this is the right person for you, or these are the right plans for you, or the right goals, or the right steps, right? This is just, like I said, to help you enhance the intuition that you already have, okay? So that being said, I've been working on a new deck. I have. It's not all the way done, but I do have at least maybe 40, maybe 44 in here. So we'll see what comes out here. Let me go ahead and mist the space and seal it and cleanse the energy as we tap in. All right. And yes. Let's see. Oh, another disclaimer is you can watch these like after, because some people ask me like, what if I don't catch the live stream? Will I still be able to tap in? Yeah, you can still tap in if it's a replay. Okay. Just whichever video or reading pops up to you, it's just gonna. For me, it's like whatever comes up for a reason. And sometimes I would hear certain messages twice or three times. And that's just to give that confirmation, like even if I say it in my mind, like, okay, just tell me one more time. So I could just like, for my sanity, know for sure that I am supposed to do this, or I'm not supposed to be around these people, or I'm supposed to, I don't know, switch something up. That's how that kind of works. All right, so let's see from the new deck. Next 48 hours. From whenever you're watching. Okay. We have Cosmic Mentor. Planetary shifts. Star illuminates the path for you. Universe offers direction through signs of alignment. All right. So I just talked about alignment and signs and synchronicities and confirmations. And then we have ritual offerings. Honor spirit through offerings of gratitude. Leave flowers at the tree, at the base of the tree, or give it to the ocean or the river. So give some sort of offering back to nature. All right. And as of lately, I have been shifting, like me, myself personally, I've been shifting more into giving back to nature versus working with particular deities and goddesses and stuff like that. And so, like, I feel more energetically aligned with the birds. And so that's how, like, like you have nature spirits, like you're more calm, you feel more empowered, you feel more recharged when you're in nature, or when you have animals around you, or you get to actually be like engulfed in the environment. So that's like, it's not like, oh, it's a little park. It's like literally you have like trees all around you. You are able to like go to the river and dip yourself in the river. That's actually like the first and the most original way for you to cleanse, is for you to go to the river and cleanse in the river, or go to the beach and go cleanse in the beach, before charging like roots and herbs and things of that nature. So if you guys ever feel like, oh man, I really feel like I need to cleanse, I need to get this energy off of me, I don't know what else to do, schedule a trip to go to a river or go to a beach. And that should be like your main priority. Like, I honestly feel like everybody should go to the beach at least once or twice a year, just as a default, like, right? So that could be something that might benefit you. So what else? And you guys let me know, like, if you want me to show you how I leave offerings, even like how I leave offerings for the birds and stuff like that. When I leave offerings for when I leave offering for the birds, I have yet to see a crow yet, or a raven grab anything. But best believe you guys will hear me. You will hear me loud and proud. I'm telling you. I was like, I have an encounter. Ooh, matriarch lineage. Okay, so this is from the mother side of the family. And then we have divination reader. We have a message here from the mother side of the family for you guys. So this is ancestral feminine wisdom. They hold the wisdom. They're the holders of wisdom that watch over you, okay? So next 48 hours, you're going to really feel the presence of your matriarch lineage. And like I said, because this is like the next 48-hour readings, we get to kind of feel and reflect on the energy as it happens to us. So in the next 48 hours, if you feel a presence, a spiritual energy around you, you just feel like someone's with you in the room, or you feel like you're talking to someone aloud, even though like you're working things out through yourself. Like, you ever like plan things and you're saying things out loud and you're kind of like working things out, right, as you're planning things. um there's a spirit guide in front of you working out that plan with you. And so like that's what I'm seeing here in the next 48 hours. Like, you have this feminine spirit in front of you, like working out a plan with you, right? And so pay attention to that energy, because you're going to be able to feel, it's like this is when you're going to feel like the most spiritual downloads, um the most wisdom, like the most insight, the most creative ideas, things that will acquire you to get more wisdom or more experience, or for you to grow, have like some sort of personal growth. Okay. And so they're guarding your path in the next 48 hours as these things are happening. I'm not sure what's happening in the next 48 hours in terms of the planetary shifts. You should definitely check in on that. So whenever I do these next 48-hour readings, I'm going to kind of leave it a little bit more general in terms of timing and what types of planetary shifts and things like that will be occurring, just because someone from the future could be watching this, right? So that being said, I'm going to leave that in a very general state. So kind of do some research on what's going on with planetary shifts for you and your birth chart and your transits. But you are going to be directed and aligned to a specific path in the next 48 hours. For some of you, that could be like, okay, I'm going to be at home, right? So if I'm at home, I am only going to be doing this particular thing. Like, you have a set path, a set goal, a set plan, whatever. Like, you already know exactly what you're going to do, type thing. You have a warning in regards to, because we have divination reader, okay? Don't allow everyone to read and channel your energy and your life. I can go for that. Yeah. So that's one of the warnings here. Next 48 hours. I don't know if somebody's gonna try to like read you, or somebody is trying to offer you services or something like that. This kind of feels like a freebie though. Like, I don't know. Choose your diviner wisely. Stick to a minimum of 1 to 3 at max readers. Okay? Don't have your energy scattered. Okay? So it's time to start calling back your energy. As a matter of fact, right now, everybody right now, I want you guys to think, sit in your energy, close your eyes, sit in your energy, feel your body, be in your body. And I want you to call back your energy from all readers, okay? All psychic, intuitive readers, all energy channelers, all psychics, all tarot readers, all oracle readers, all diviners of all sorts, all energy manipulators, anyone that you have given and haven't given permission to tap into your energy, and call it all back. Now you're going to start feeling a shift. Immediately, you're going to feel a big change in your energy. It's almost like a very monotone energy that happens. And then everything starts falling into you, okay? You need to do that often, especially if you're going from reading to reading, or like if you're scrolling on social media and you follow a couple pages and it gets a little spiritually congested. right? Where there's like just a whole bunch of readings just at you, and you're like, I don't know which one is for me. I don't know what's going on here. You need to call back your energy, okay? So and not go so if you're going to go between certain readers, make sure that you're getting something beneficial from that reader, like, oh, this reader helps for healing, or this reader helps for financial messages, or this reader helps for intuitive clarity, something like that. You have to kind of or identifying relationships, healthy relationships or toxic relationships, right? So you got to figure out what you're actually getting, because you don't want to continuously get like just collective, general, very low vibrational energy. Okay. Just, yeah. All right. Next 48 hours. Give them some messages. Next 48. Ooh, abandon is in the reverse. Somebody wants to come back. That's how we're gonna start off, y'all. Okay. And then we had the energy of like, don't let just anybody and everybody read you. And then we have somebody trying to come back. So somebody's trying to walk towards you. Someone's going to be approaching you in the next 48 hours. What's going on here? Shocking in the reverse. This is not shocking. I think you're calling a situation before it even happens. This is expected. Right on time. Look who comes in. Right on time. You're not hoping for this. Oh my gosh. You really didn't want to expect this. Second chance is in the reverse. Clinging is in the reverse. Emotional storm is in the reverse. Realization is here. My goodness. Okay, so like somebody's coming back that you already had an epiphany about or realization about, and for some reason they're in your energy. For some of you guys, there's something that you, how do I say this? You did not intentionally, hold on, clarify that. Anchor, fuck. Yeah, clouds. You did not intentionally, there's something unexpected. You did not intentionally want to manifest something. You didn't intentionally manifest this thing that happens in the next 48 hours, but it happens. It comes in out of nowhere. But it's strategic. It's spiritually strategically planted to help you navigate something. What is this? Oh, you guys, we're about to go into a whole mystical whirlwind right now. Because like they're showing me something in your subconscious mind that was causing some sort of delays. Something's opening up in your mind. You're opening up to something, and this is why it comes in. So this is what changes. A manifestation comes in out of nowhere, but it's coming simultaneously around the time that something that usually happens would happen. Okay. So think next 48. I think about day-to-day tasks. So think, all right, what usually happens? Your usual breakfast, your usual tea, your usual, I don't know, vape sesh or smoke sesh, 420 approved, 420 friendly. Um, your your daily meditation, whatever the heck you do, usually either on the weekend or on a day-to-day basis type thing. All right, so you're doing this thing, you're expecting what you usually do, right? And then something unexpected happens, or someone tries to reach out to you unexpectedly, but you kind of already knew that this person was going to reach out to you. And then around that same time, I don't know if it happens immediately or simultaneously, but around that same time period, something happens that is a reason behind one of your manifestations, and it comes through to you. So some sort of manifestation occurs in the next 48 hours. So one of your intentions comes out. The star and the tree. I'm getting this energy of like you heal something in your family. Something. You fix something in the family, something gets fixed. Or you clear up something, whatever was like an emotional the tower. Holy shit. Something changes in the family in the next 48 hours. But it's for the best. I don't know if this could be through a conversation because the owl besties are here. Are you talking to your friend? Are you talking on the phone with somebody and they make something better? Oh shit, the snake is there. Wait a minute. The snake and the clover. Oh, somebody's like eyeing your luck. Social group. The garden could be social media. It could be a social outing. It could be an event, a gathering, like a public location, a public site, a public page, a public group. Okay. Clarify the clover and the snake. The 6 of Wands and the 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, they're looking at some sort of award, medal, accolade, achievement, something that you will be proud of, something that you're showing, or something that you can. 7 of Pentacles is like something that like took a long time. Like a long time coming. Long-term work. So this is like I worked at this place for this long and look at my certificate or look at my medal or I had this business for this long and I don't know, this is the grand opening or this is my new podcast or this is my new book or something like that. Like and for some of you it's like how much money you got or how many financial opportunities you can get. You could be dealing with an opportunist in the next 48 hours. So you're being seen as the lucky woman with the Six of Wands. Like you're on your pedestal, you have money, you have things work out for you. That's how you're being seen in the next 48 hours. This could be how you're looking at yourself, or this could be how people are looking at you. Okay. And something happens to fix a family connection, but it's through phone. So again, this could be through text, this could be through voice call, video call. But to me, the owl besties usually is like someone that you can intuitively vibe with. They just get you spiritually. Or this could be your soulmate. Or this could be your best friend. It's never like you having a conversation with like your parents or a family member or like just someone random. I don't know, like to me it's always like it could be a best friend. They don't have to be a best friend, but there's like some sort of connection there. And in other terms, other people could be like, oh, you guys look just alike, or you sound just alike, or I don't know, you dress similarly or something like that. Like, again, this is like the owl besties. So there's some sort of conversation that takes place in the next 48 hours that kind of mends something here. And I'm kind of intrigued because with everything that has been going on with the eclipse and stuff like that, like I've heard a lot of people complain about different body parts hurting and like ears popping, people like puking, people like running to the bathroom, like all kinds of crazy stuff. Like people having revelations of things that happened 10 years ago, things that happened 5 years ago. It's like a lot of stuff that's happening. Okay, so spiritual healing. This is like a shock, like something that was supposed to happen a long time ago finally happens, like all at once. Like it's like a shock. Like you know how like you know how like those fences are that like can electrocute people because it's like, you know, it's like a protective fence or whatever. It's a live fence, right? A live. So I think that's what it's called, like a live fence. It's like that, but it's zapping, healing, like spiritual healing energy into a family dynamic, into like a family bloodline, or like a family connection or something like that. And it's happening like super fast. That's what I'm seeing. And it's giving like early like 3 in the morning. Like 3:13 or 3:15 in the morning. And it's like everything that was possibly confusing, all parties involved, okay? Even you, all parties involved. It's just like whatever that is, it just shifts. And everybody has that like aha moment. And like whatever was creating those blockages just falls away. For everybody, simultaneously. Whatever was like stopping the reconnection. Then we have emotional storm here. So explain that a little bit more. What is that? So this is like an unexpected, yeah, broken, unexpected manifestation that comes through for you guys. Broken obsession. So like whoever was completely like super obsessed, this is like, because they said ritual and offerings and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like maybe somebody did a banishing ritual, somebody did like a cut and clear, a cord removal or something like that. It's like bam, like in the next 48 hours, the energy just like dismantles, it breaks free. Like if you guys had any like codependency issues or anything like that, that could have stemmed from certain relationships in the family, or let's say karmically projected onto you, which weren't your necessarily situations for you, but you kind of like absorbed them and then internalized them, and then they then started manifesting them. I'm seeing that breaking off of you. Someone can also be breaking free from like generational curse of addiction, or a generational curse of toxic abusive relationships. That's what's being broken. So talk about this conversation. What's this conversation about in the next 48 hours? Okay, foundation, loyalty, and soulmates. So you're talking about a relationship. You're talking about the foundation of a relationship. I wanted to say you're setting boundaries, but for some reason I'm hearing you're setting standards, guidelines. You're talking about the loyalty of someone. Secrets came out. You're questioning someone's loyalty through a conversation in the next 48 hours. Like we're super close, but this is like an open door policy. Like you can come in at any time, but and tell me anything. But why are you keeping the secrets? Why are you keeping this from me? So like you're something catches your curiosity. Intimacy is here, but clinging is in the reverse. Like all of a sudden, you don't feel like sharing things with me. All of a sudden, you don't feel like being intimate with me. Why don't you want to be vulnerable with me? Something about like someone's not bonding anymore. You're not spending time together anymore. This is what the conversation is about. So whoever you're talking to, this is what you guys are talking about. So you could be talking about like, why don't you call as often? Why don't we talk as often? Why did this person know something and I didn't know? Like just discussing where a relationship stands. Like, are we close friends? Are we not close friends? Are we soulmates? Are we not soulmates? Like, what the fuck is going on? We have bluff here and pretending, mask and exaggerating. So this seems like you're trying to assess a situation on whether or not you're being gaslit. Give me one more. Actually, give me some tarot on that. For the owls. What's that conversation about? I heard who's bringing up the conversation. The Three of Wands. Three of Wands is like planning. Like, who's planning to start this conversation? And the fact that I heard who's bringing up the conversation is like, I don't think you're planning this conversation. It just happens. It just goes there. It just goes there. The Ace of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. It's like by chance, like. And because we're talking about this, why don't we talk about? That's how it goes. Like by chance. Clarify this. What's the vibe? What's the vibe of this conversation? What is the vibe of this conversation? Longing. So it's somebody that wants to talk to you, and I feel like it's somebody that you want to talk to. You miss them. They miss you. You guys talk. You link up, whatever. Text, phone call, whatever. Having a conversation. You might even prepare. I don't know, maybe 3 minutes in advance. Like, all right, I already know that they're going to call me. So let me make sure everything's good, on my end. There's something there about toxic. I'll put that back. I don't know. Or maybe this person doesn't always bring up the best conversation. Clarify the Three of Wands. Someone's talking about their plans. Tension. Somebody's stressed the fuck out in this conversation. It's like, you're worried about something. Somebody got a headache. Somebody want to talk about something. Somebody's exhausted. Somebody can't open their eyes. So this is either a really late night conversation or this is early morning. Because somebody's fucking tired. Like, I can't even open my eyes anymore. My eyes are burning. I'm tired. Okay. I don't have the energy for this conversation. Burned out, empty. Here. I want to know why it's making you feel that way, though. Clarify tension. Clarify tension. Stressed out. Migraines. Worried. You worried about something? Feminine energy. Someone's trying to put you into like a victim state. You have loss here. I feel like someone's intentionally trying to make you miss them so that way when they come back around, you will say that you miss them. But you're the one that hears them say it first all the time. Somebody has a worthy complex here in this conversation. And then like there's other people involved too. Whether it be like somebody's bringing up somebody else's situation, or they're talking to you about a situation like with a friend or a family member, something about like other people. And that could have you like freaking out. Clarify tension. Whoa, that's a lot. That is a lot. Yeah, harmony. Yeah, this is a lot impacting your harmony. Yeah, especially when it has like burned bridges in here. So it's almost like somebody's like taking you on a merry-go-round, like talking about things that you don't want to talk about no more. So you finally talk to this person and they end up talking to you about the people that you said you weren't going to talk about no more, or the people that you said that you didn't want to bring up in conversation no more. Or like they end up like somehow, some way giving you information that you don't need is just going to stress you out more. And this is kind of unexpected. So it's like somebody's just like dumping all this information on you, and you were preparing for one conversation and you got another. That's happened to me before, plenty of times. So I don't think, just like boundaries. Establish boundaries as soon as you pick up the phone, or if you should even pick up the phone at this point, because now you know that there is going to be an intense conversation. Tell me why they need that warning in regards to that divination reader. Why do they need that warning for that divination reader? The Four of Cups. There's been a reason why your spiritual team wanted you to disconnect from certain readers. There's a reason why you don't feel as connected to certain readers anymore, or certain types of readings anymore. So when you get them, it's like there's this, you don't like, you feel no sensation, like no yay or nay, no, it doesn't feel like it's active energy, if that makes sense for you. If anything, it will put you more in the energy of contemplation and feeling like you didn't get enough out of the message or the reading. That's how it's gonna come out to you. And that lets you know that like it's not like that reader is just not in synchronicity with you. And that doesn't mean that they can't read like the situation for you. It just means that your spirit doesn't like them. It doesn't like the way they read them. It's kind of like you would only allow certain people to talk to you a certain way, you know? So same thing with the reader. Like you would only allow certain types of people to read certain types of things for you, you know? So that's what I'm seeing in regards to that. So that's why they're saying choose wisely who reads what for you. And like, if you feel drained immediately afterwards, it's not a best. Yeah, we have nurture here. When you leave from a reading, you should actually have no more questions left. when you leave from a reading, you should feel empowered. You should feel motivated. You should feel at peace, calm. You should feel reassurance. Not to be confused with mediumship, because mediumship, like your ancestors are going to say whatever they want to say, and whether or not they're going to drag you, they're going to drag you, right? That's mediumship. That's getting, ancestor messages. What I'm doing right now, this is an energy reading. I'm reading energy. Energy shifts and changes, right? Based off of, your free will and somebody else's free will. But I can tell you, based off of the energy that I pick up, how you may be feeling mentally, how you may be feeling emotionally, how that can affect you spiritually, how that can affect your relationships, how that can affect your manifestations, how that can affect your work life, and how other people's energies can affect your energy and how it can affect your life personally. That's the energy reading. Two completely different things. So when they're saying a divination reader, this could be anybody under the sun that wants to pull oracle cards, tarot cards, charms, or whatever, right? You want to make sure that like your spirit feels connected to them, feels in alignment, because your ancestors, they're really protective over you, and certain people might not be able to get you right away. They'll read and they'll say some things, and you'll be like, none of that was true, you know. And that's because your spiritual team was protecting you, because maybe that person, may not have had the best spiritual hygiene, or maybe that person may not have had the best intention for you on the long run, longevity, right? So that's just your ancestors being compassionate with you when things don't line up that way, you know. But I am seeing like your ancestors want to take care of you in regards to like the divination stuff, okay? Because they said don't allow everyone to read and channel your energy in your life, but they want to take care of you. So this is how they're taking care of you. There's certain people that will not be able to read your energy, and that's on purpose. That's to protect you. There's a period of time where you would have to meditate more than to speak. All right. So this is like you may need to invest in those silent walk retreats, where like you will go. I think you can go like three days, 5 days, a week, up to 21 days, um, just being in silence and not speaking. Um, and that really gets you thinking. It really gets you thinking because you can't say anything, and then the first words that come out of your mouth are also very sacred too. After that period of like fasting your speech, because in essence that's what you're doing. You're fasting your voice. You're not speaking. Um, so maybe that might help somebody. I don't know. Maybe you might be interested in that. Maybe that will come out. Okay. Um, let me see if your energy is, let's say, protected. Why is this reader popping up for you? Let's see. We have karma balancing, Reiki energy healing. All right. Okay, so any reader that sits there and is like considered a karmic relationship or karmic connection reader, you need to fall back off of those readings. they'll constantly like talk about, oh, the karmic, the third party, the um karmic con, karmic life, um the karma that they get if they hurt you, karma if this, karma if that, blah blah blah, whatever. You need to heal from that, balance that out. Because they're coming from a more, there is a different lens, it's a different perspective. So your spiritual team is saying like, you need to know what you're looking for in a reading, and to know what you're looking for, you need to be specific on the category, right? It's almost like you're not going to ask love questions for a money reading, you know. If you want a particular outcome, you have to figure out what that type of reading would be, right? So if it's higher self messages, messages from your inner child, ancestor messages, spirit guide messages, messages from a specific deity, um, what's going to happen next. That's pretty broad, broad, general, right? Next 48, next 7 days, those are a little general. Again, anything can happen within a week, anything can happen in the next couple of days, stuff like that. But stay away from the whole victim abuser category. That's what you have to break out of, because there's a divination reader that you could be subscribed to or that you're used to going to, that they have the narrative of constantly talking about the negative and not getting you out of it, not giving you advice for you to heal, but just constantly giving that, just feeding into the spiritual gossip. And you need to get out of that in order to nurture yourself, because it feeds into the victim mentality, or it feeds into like something's wrong with you, or you have to constantly like do something yourself, like everything you're doing is not enough, or you're constantly under attack, or you're constantly being victimized, or you're constantly being like picked on. Basically, you need to get away from readings like that, all right? Because it's not helping your spirit, and to protect yourself, because it's like perpetuating these fears, and it's like inducing this imposter syndrome. Okay, so next 48 hours, they're trying to nurture your energy by balancing out, the scales of the energy that you're giving out to, right? So making sure that you're giving yourself energy, right? Again, what I said earlier, you can go ahead and rewind it back when I said, call back our energy from all readers. You might benefit from doing that again. All right, doing that a couple times. I also encourage you to do that like after any reading, whether it be purchased or free. The way I see these readings when I go live on social media, these are samples. They're samples. They're samples of what you would get when you're in a session with me. And so this is spiritual community service to me. When I give out these readings, this is spiritual community service. I'm spiritually helping my community. I'm giving free services to help you guys to mature your spiritual gifts, to enhance your, healing journey however you can, right? So when I see things like this, I'm not like I think I did readings like this maybe for like the first 2 years in my OG channel, when I did like twin flame readings and love readings and stuff like that, and channel love messages and things like that. And I just saw like a theme. I just saw a theme of people that were running away from doing the healing work and people that were running towards doing the healing work, and the people that were trying to do the healing work, every time they would try to finally cut the cords of toxicity and try to rebrand themselves into the new healed version of themselves, they would find a lot of these old people try to tighten the reins, to reconnect toxic abusive connections with them and to try to drain them all over again because they felt the need to live vicariously through them. Okay. And so when you go through a lot of challenges like that and a lot of love cycles like that, and you got introduced to tarot through love readings, and you're used to the whole, like, what are they thinking of me and how are they thinking of me and what are they truly thinking versus what are their actions and stuff like that, shifting out of that type of lifestyle of readings and shifting into, okay, what do my ancestors want me to know? How am I supposed to operate through my spiritual practices and my life? And what do I have to heal? And what am I hiding from myself, right? Because your ancestors are not going to lollygag. They're going to tell you what's going on. We're not going to sit here and gather here for no reason for a really long time for me to, waste my time over here for you to fucking be gossiping about what the fuck is happening with this person over there in their house because they're doing the same shit that they had did to them. But you already knew that, didn't you? Right. So we're not going to sit here and waste our time in knowing or talking about the things that you already know that has been, shown to you time and time again, physically and intuitively. You already know what the cycle looks like. So now we're going to step out of that, and we want to make sure that you having the right people read your energy for the right reasons, so that way your energy stays 100% yours. So that way your energy can finally, feel like you've conquered things in your energy, for you to finally learn how to manipulate your energy for you to attract the lifestyle that you actually want, right? So that's what they're trying to do in the next 48 hours. They're trying to recharge you. They're trying to give you all the energy back. And so you may feel a little closed off in the next 48 hours to other people because they're recharging you, okay? So anytime that you feel guarded, usually it's because you're about to get a download. Anytime you feel kind of like, and I don't even like to say lethargic all the time. I would say, how like that feeling when you feel like you like kind of stuck to bed, right? There's a reason behind that. And there's only two. The first reason is the reason that you don't want. You're stuck because the energy in the bedroom is stagnant and you need to cleanse the bedroom. And if it's not that, then it's your body is telling you that you need to recharge. And the only way the body can tell you is if the body makes you feel heavy while you're in bed. So that way you can stay in bed longer. So that way you can recharge. Sometimes when you're recharging in bed, you're not just recharging physically, you're recharging mentally, you're recharging spiritually, you're recharging energetically or emotionally. You could be overstimulated. Stimulation is not just light. Stimulation is not just interacting with people. Stimulation can be overwhelming emotions, experiencing too much laughter, experiencing too much crying, experiencing too much confusion, experiencing too much overthinking. That is overstimulation, okay? Experiencing constantly scrolling, the light sensitivity, the type of light that you're looking at when you're watching your videos and stuff like that. Changing that light. There's a feature on your phone that you can go to your settings and change that light feature. Instead of it having a blue light, it's like a yellow orangish tinge light that can actually help your eyes, especially if you wear glasses and things of that nature. There's things that can help you, but you're not going to be able to do that if you're constantly getting the freaking readings to worry about things that are actually dragging you down. You get what I'm saying? And so they want you to find the readers that are trying to lift people up, because that's just spiritual propaganda at this point, you know? And I feel like this is where the anxiety comes from, being able to identify your energy. You only get anxious when you're overthinking, you're trying to overplan, you're trying to make every single decision. And trust me, I'm an expert at this, okay? Because that's how I am when it comes to my business. However, when you're anxious because of the fear of what will happen, because it is uncertain, okay? So when you know you're chilling in your own energy, and then you go out and the first person that you start talking to is worried about all these things that don't have nothing to do with you, you leave that encounter, and then what? You are now anxious. And that anxiety then go ahead and projects into your life. It projects into your relationships. Now you get anxious. Oh my gosh, I want to hurry up and go home. Oh my gosh, I didn't do this in time. I gotta hurry up. And your body goes to hurry, that you're not here, you're not present. And so you need to be able to distinguish your energy versus someone else's energy, and how to cleanse that, and how to clear that, and how to protect your energy, and how to do that on a day-to-day basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, trying to create a routine that works for you. Because the routine that works for you might not be the routine that works for me, But there's a reason why you feel closed off certain times, or there's a reason why you don't want to go out certain times. There's a reason why you don't click with that person, or you don't click with those people right away. That's because your spirit shows up first before the flesh. Your spirit says, this doesn't feel good. Your spirit says, this is nasty. That's the only way that I could describe that to you guys is like, when my spirit shows up, it either goes, ill, yucky, I want to throw up, or my spirit goes, I want to jump up and down. Oh my gosh, tell me more. I'm so excited. That's the only two ways that my spirit shows up. And that's the voice that I want to make sure that I crank all the way up with these types of readings for you guys. So you're going to be having a conversation with someone, and you got to listen to your spirit. Is your spirit saying, oh my gosh, I'm so excited, I want more of this? Or is your spirit saying, I'm not digging this, I don't want to be here, I want to crawl into a hole and like throw my phone away? Try to figure that out, right? Because the same thing with readings. When you're getting a reading, like, are you super excited about the next thing that's going to be said because you're trying to learn yourself, or you're trying to like fix something, or you're trying to navigate through something, or are you like finding yourself to be anxious? Like, is your body moving and jolting in certain ways? Is your body tensing up in certain ways? You shouldn't be putting yourself through any type of situation like that. I don't care if it's a reading. I don't care if it's a phone call. Or I don't care if it's like you're talking to your mom or your dad. If you're tensing up your body and you're putting yourself in a discomfortable position, that's not okay for your spirit. That's not okay for your spirit. And you got to learn how to feed your spirit. All right. Learning how to feed the spirit, y'all. There's like Reiki after Reiki. Reiki healing, karmic balancing, intense Reiki healing session, cord plucking, energy rejuvenation, aura cleansing, and chakra healing. You guys, my aura rejuvenation bath is on sale. Okay. First come, first serve. I think I have like 10 more bags. Okay. So that might benefit somebody. Chakra healing. Focusing on your chakras. There's different chakra centers. Focusing on your chakras is really good too. You could do a day of the week. Every single day is a different chakra. Okay. You can color coordinate for your chakras. If you really want to work with that chakra, you can work with the color. I'm seeing like somebody's getting some more social media followers in the next 48 hours. Someone could be doing yoga, Pilates, meditation, mindful breathing. I'm seeing an offering here, an ancestor offering. We're about to get guided because somebody's not doing right by you in closed doors. And in order to protect you, your spiritual team is going to guide you on how to move in this particular situation. Because what they want to do is they want to throw the energy right back to this person, whatever they did. But they need you to be 100% in your energy. That's what I heard. They need you to be 100% in your energy for them to throw this energy back. What is the spiritual path and route? Await instructions for upcoming crossroad. The Page of Wands. They're going to give you an idea in the next 48 hours, okay? Based off of that idea that they're going to give you, you need to plan accordingly because it's a really good idea and it's supposed to help you. This is not common knowledge. You would think so, but it's not. It's not common knowledge. So they're going to inspire you to do something. You're going to see the potential in something in the next 48 hours. You need to not get emotionally involved and just take action. So whatever you get like the energy to do something, go ahead and do it. Be fearless. Because I'm seeing like you get impulsively happy. And they're telling you to follow through with that. Like use that energy. They're about to give you energy. The down parts of the next 48 hours, I'm going to be honest with you because I will tell you the good and the bad. The down parts of the next 48 hours is that you could be challenged, like your shadow self could be messing with you, bringing up like old stuff, okay? But it's just to get you out of like the Empress energy. So again, that's just self-imposter syndrome. Like, oh, you don't deserve this life, or you don't deserve, the soft life, or you don't deserve for things to just come to you, or for people to just support you and help you and things of that nature. Like, don't feed into that. Don't feed into that. All right, y'all. I gotta get out of here. That was your next 48 reading. You guys let me know how that resonates, and I'll see you guys soon. Peace.